All right, let's talk about one of the most important things in our life. I mean, life obviously is the most important thing because without it, everything else is irrelevant. So after life, I put time up there, vying for second spot along with faith. Faith is obviously, I think, the most important thing after life because of its meaning, direction, and fulfillment it brings in our life. But before faith came to any of us, we experienced the reality of time. And I want to talk briefly just about our experience of time, our use of time, how we respond to time in our life. News First today had somebody talking on it about time and parents spending time with their children or not spending time, and it just got me thinking because one of the comments made, of course, is the one we all hear, that you and I hear, and that others hear, well, I don't have time for that. I don't have time. And that's a fair enough comment. And on the surface, it seems reasonable because we all experience it. They don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. But it's a statement that really doesn't help us change things for the better. I don't have time is a dead end. And the real statement we should be making is, I don't make time, period. Put it on me, I don't make time for that. And then begin examining, okay, if I don't make time to read, why not? And if I want to make time to read, what do I need to do? And there's what's really behind that statement, I don't have time. When we really have to start examining our lives and make tough decisions about it, that's going to make ourselves potentially unhappy in certain areas and other people unhappy in certain areas. But we all know this, and I think this is a true statement, that if I take more time exercising discipline over my time, no pun intended, or I make more effort exercising discipline over my life, I find that I have more time to pursue things. In which case, I then need to really have a clarity in decision making and how to use time. Okay, after work is done, how am I going to spend my time? Am I going to spend my time on myself? Am I going to spend it with others? Am I going to spend it on others? And I think there's a difference between those two prepositions. Spending it with others is usually mutual and you hope everybody has a good time. Spending time on others may not be mutual. You may be giving yourself to the care of an elderly family member. You may be caring for your young son or daughter. And you may not get at times as much emotional satisfaction back as you're pouring into it. The hope is that if you're spending time on somebody, that satisfaction comes somewhere down the road. Like you spend time with your aging parent, you did a good job loving them. You were there for them. You spend your time with your sons and daughters growing up. They eventually realize it, maybe a long time, and they're appreciative of what efforts you made to make them the center of your life. And then beyond that, you really just have to examine how you spend your hours, how you make decisions about your day. You know, do you have to plan out every hour of the day? No. But I'll say this, the more mindful I am of my day, the more I plan it out, the more I seem to accomplish, the more blessings or gratitude I experience in it. The more I just roll through the day wondering what's going to happen next, from one thing to the next. Those are the days where I seem to get to evening and I feel I've accomplished very little other than the things that were already anchored down in my day. That I was going to spend X amount of time doing this. I'll tell you, one of my biggest struggles with time is just distraction, especially with free time. When I'm trying to plan things, I just get distracted and I wander off into something else. Like today's a Monday, it's my day off. I'm not my clergy's, I'm casual. I've had a number of things I have done today that I've enjoyed, that were good, and then there's still a number of things that I thought I would have gotten done by now, but they're just sitting where they're at. Maybe later today, after all, this is just 5 minutes out of my life to film this, maybe not later today. Part of the problem perhaps is there's no urgency on things that are just hobbies There's just interest. But anyway, there's the cricket saying time's up. But exercise more stewardship of your time and stop using the cop-out of, I don't have time for that. Be honest with yourself and say, I don't want to make time and I have the power to change it.